Hello and welcome to Rush Racing League Division 5. We are back at Zandvoort, round 8 tonight with a sprint round and a feature. I'm looking forward to this one. I am your commentator tonight. It's Dito, joined by, of course, F7, mate. How are you?
Good mate, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, man. Looking forward to this one. Obviously, seeing the other guys, Div 1, 3, 4, sorry, not 3, Div 1, 2, and 4 all circulate already. And they've had mixed results throughout. We had a lot of safety cars in Div 2 last night, a bit of rain throughout the other divisions. So I'm looking forward to what tonight delivers. Big points on offer for all the teams tonight if they can get their grips with it. There's your sponsors up the top, SRC, SimLab, Pagnian, and AI369. We'll jump over to the gameplay because they will be jumping straight into this sprint qualifying. And most of these guys will be probably going out first on their mediums, doing a couple of runs on the mediums, and then obviously jumping on the softs. How you feeling, mate, about tonight with Division 5 again?
I was in the other divisions, but I know that Division 4 didn't have any safety cars, so I'm not too sure. I think some drivers can keep it clean, but in the sprint race, it's just fast and keep it clean. That's all they need to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Sprint's all about go, 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 and obviously no pit stops means these guys can just focus purely on that. No strategy, obviously, other than maybe saving a bit of tyre until the end. But yeah, so 19 on the grid tonight. Pretty much a full grid. Going to be a good race, hopefully. These guys will be out on track pretty soon. I'll probably see a few guys do double out laps on the mediums, maybe. Depends on their sort of their strategy, but we'll wait and see. I'll jump on board with the Ferrari of NDNV, but we'll just call him NDV tonight. He will be the first to set a time. Anyone in particular, mate, that you are keeping your eye on tonight? Obviously, McLaren, full support behind them, but anyone else that you think could have caused a upstir tonight?
I've been talking to my Division 5 drivers from McLaren, and I'm thinking that Husey has been setting times faster than I've been setting, so I reckon he's going to be pretty fast today. Not sure about some others, haven't really been looking, but I definitely think that we'll see the usuals up the front today, and maybe some new names, but not too sure.
Yeah, I mean, anything can happen. We've seen some new names on the podium in the other divisions. Obviously, with the sprint race and the feature and the nature of this track can really cause bit of a shake-up with the normal top finishes. It's pretty hard to pass here, so qualifying will be important, as always, but here is very hard to pass in my opinion. You can really do it on the straight, but it is kind of a high downforce setup, so you have to save your battery all the way around to the straight to be able to get any sort of move done. Anyway, jumping on board ND, it does look like he's going straight for a push lap. No double out lap for the Ferrari at this stage, which is all good. Takes the curb nicely there, no oversteer, which is really good to see. Gets on the power nice and early. Most guys will burn their battery down to about 60 here. You can take this corner obviously flat. Does dip off there just to maybe get the traction, stick to the middle of the track. Early days in this quality, the track's obviously not up to temp yet. So far, looking like a solid lap for the Ferrari.
Yeah, he's been able to keep it clean, hasn't had a moment. He's looking to set a pretty competitive time on his mediums. Obviously, he's going to be out on the mediums early days in this quali as it's sprint quali and only get one set of softs.
Yeah, one set of softs, so you obviously got to make this medium run count in some way, but it's not really the end and sorry, I can't get that right. It's not the end of the world if you don't get a good run on the mediums. It's just a reference lap for the end when you jump on the softs. But there's our first time, a 110.6. So solid banker there for the Ferrari on the medium. Who else is on a lap? Coors has actually opted to go straight out on the soft, so it's important that he gets a good lap in here to make it count. Like we were just talking about, he will probably go out again later on the mediums, but it won't be the optimal tyre, so he goes P2 with a 111.1. Interesting strategy for a few of the guys.
I think he was just maybe going out on a risk. Maybe he might use that slightly worn set, possibly just wearing the tyres down a bit before he goes out again at the end.
Yeah, maybe. We'll have to wait and see. Ferrari's getting out of the way there of Hughesy, who looks like he is on a solid lap so far. Heaps of power out of that corner, no oversteer whatsoever for the McLaren. These guys have had plenty of time to nail down their setup, see what the other divisions have done, obviously get info with the other teams. So by now, most of these divisions will have a pretty solid, stable setup, especially for quali. And VX Griddo goes to pole at the moment for a 10.5. See what Hughesy can do here. Goes fastest with a 10.3. Solid lap. Very solid lap.
Oh, pardon, sorry, I think my mic glitched out a bit there.
Oh, I was just saying, what a lap from Hughesy there. Puts it on pole. Obviously, he still has the softs to go back out, but looking good. There's still a lot of guys on for times here. D White reserving up. See what he can do. TP of Haas stepping in mid-season is doing a great job so far, getting that team all back together over silly season. He puts a P6 just behind his teammate.
Yeah, a very solid time from the Div 6 driver. He puts it behind his teammate who's currently on the soft, so he might be competitive today, or all his pace could be on the mediums.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Sometimes people like the mediums more. We'll have to wait and see. Devo's set at 14 down the back there. Might be going for a double outlet. We'll have to wait and see. On board Panda right now in the Ferrari. See how you can go. There's plenty of battery to burn up to the line now. DRS open. Very easy to lose the rear in that corner if you're not careful. No problems there for the Ferrari though. And he jumps up to P7 on the soft tyre. Solid time there for the Ferrari. And Arvak now in the Alpine. Spoke to him before the race. He's very confident here and thinks he can get a good result. So hopefully his idea comes to fruition, as he's obviously set the fastest sector there. It's a bit of traffic in front, but no problems yet. So we have plenty of clear air to the line. 24% now. And he'll chuck that on overtake. Should just get him to the line. Bit to play with here. Just run out before the line there and goes P4.
Still a very solid time there, even though he ran out of ERS just before the line. A lot of drivers will be different on their ERS strategies, as there's a lot of different ways you can do this track, but I think the best strategy would probably be to save enough ERS so you still have some left as you cross the line.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's a really fine line. You want to keep just enough to get to the line, but obviously use as much as you can. Dutch goes up to P4. Solid there time for the Merc. Hughesy's improved on the mediums, doing a double outlet possibly there. Min May returns back to the pits on the soft. So most of these guys look to be on our in laps now.
I believe Minmay might have had a incident because he looks to be missing a bit of his front wings there.
Oh, okay. I can't remember, I think it was Div 4, we saw a lot of driver error in the race especially, but quali as well, but a lot of driver error in the race, especially where Daz is right now, starting this second sector. A lot of guys, when those tyres start to drop off, struggling, and we saw that in the race, getting into gravel chaps and get stuck on those curves. It's a very hard track to manage your tyre wear, and it's exciting to see how these guys are going to go in the race, but sorry if I cut you off there, mate. I'm not sure if you were saying something or your mic just cut out.
It's alright. In Div 4, we especially in that race, but I think a lot of it down to if you're following a driver in front closely, or if you're pushing too hard, and it's very easy to push too hard in these races, as it's want to make that over this route, that as NDNB sets this very solid time to put himself at the top of the leaderboard.
Yeah, very, very solid time. Obviously on the soft, so that's a full push lap there for the Ferrari. Jump on board with H-Down, reserving up tonight in the McLaren. fresh. Oh, his teammate there getting out of the way in the grass. Doing a nice job just making sure he gets in no chance in the way there. And he jumps up to P8, solid time on the soft. So might see a few more guys start to come out on the soft tyre now, F7, and start to look at locking in that last final time. Obviously only sprint quali, so they will get another chance for the feature, another quali session, if they need to change their setup, if any, if this setup didn't work in the race or whatever. I think Gritto might be on a lap here. Red Bull.
I do believe he's pushing.
Yes.
As he's coming into the final, he's about to start the final sector here. He's going to burn the ERS down this little mini straight. He's going to get to about 50 before he has to brake. And he slightly cuts the corner there a bit, gets a little tyre on the gravel. That could definitely hamper his lap. He's got about 50% battery, he's got loads of it. He's going to engage the ERS and the DRS. Oh, he slightly unsettles the car on the curb there. That's going to lose him a couple of tenths, as he was pushing too hard and doesn't improve.
Yeah, I think that last sector cost him there, unfortunately, for Gritto, but might just have enough time to get... Yes, he will get back out on the softs, I think. Deadly Fuller on an out lap. I think Asif looks to be on a hot lap, using hot lap in the Red Bull. See what he can do. He's had some serious pace over the last few rounds. Been a bit unlucky, but looking good so far in this middle sector. Coming out to start the third sector. Burns a bit of battery down. Has plenty to play with still as he starts this last sector. He's actually gone fastest in the second sector there, while the purple, don't know if that's just a visual glitch, as he will come around the fast right-hander now, see what his traction's like. He has a lot of battery to play with here. He might even be going for another lap, I don't know, but that's a lot of battery to keep across the line. And he still goes to P5, so solid lap there for the Red Bull.
Yeah, I wonder if he kind of ruined his chances there, as he put it in hot lap and the green bar was a lot less than his actual ERS, so you can only use what that green bar has, as that's your per lap ERS usage. It was getting a bit low, so it was a bit risky going on hot lap on a lot of these tracks.
Yeah, it's on this game especially, a lot of guys opt to use medium and sometimes even none and overtake only, but yeah, it's different for everyone. Everyone has their own preferences, but on board with Iraq Lobster now, has gone fastest. Quickly beaten though, I think, by someone behind him, possibly. But he's burning his battery. He'll have about 40% here to play with. Should be enough here. Well, it's definitely enough, but shouldn't have any to waste. As Arvak goes pole now for 109.9, so the track is definitely heating up. And it's at its optimal point now, and he goes fastest now with 109.6. Who else is on a lap?
3 tenths faster than Aardvark there, and I think I saw the Williams, maybe, is that on there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to see who's closer to crossing the line. I think it's probably a Williams, actually.
As it was Governor, he goes up to P5 with a 110.1. Quiet Cake sits at 109.7.
Yeah, these times are rapidly decreasing. Hazy was fastest in the middle sector too. What can this be? He goes P3.
Ooh.
Lost a bit in the last sector. Arvak, he's not on a lap. Who else is on a lap here? Devo looks to be finishing up a lap. No, he's got too much battery. Cause done. Donut Gorilla still on a lap in the Alpine, and Minmay possibly as well. As he will burn to the line now. See what he can do. Currently P17. Jumps up to P6. Great improvement there. Huge improvement under pressure for the Alpine. Arvak's not doing any laps, so that's your sprint quali, unless Arak, no, he's done as well. What's a quali for sprint? For the sprint?
Minmay jumped up to P15. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah,
but while we were talking about that, Minmay jumps up to P15 with a 1:10.5. So a very competitive top of the grid right now. It seems that it's very, very close.
Yeah, very close, mate, indeed. And I'm sure there was a few guys in that pack that didn't get that lap together. So there could be some hidden gems in that sprint that we can see come through the field there. But there it is in all its glory for quali. All the way down to Daz. some guys still on the mediums there, well, maybe just setting their fastest time on the mediums, but interesting strategies throughout quali. Can't wait for this sprint race. It'll be exciting to see where we end up. Iraq Lobster on pole. What a lap. Just in front of Quiet Cake. And then these guys are just margin, have a bit of a gap back to Huggsy. But then from there backwards, I mean, it's very close, mate. It's anyone's game.
Yes, it's a very competitive division, Division 5. People always probably say that Division 2 is your most competitive, but I definitely think Division 5 will give it a run for its money. We see a lot of close racing in this division.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. We see some great racing, some massive drama. We've seen some really good racing over the last few weeks, though. Some guys show us some really good overtakes and all that. But right now, everyone will be just doing those final adjustments. There's a few adjustments you usually do here for quality to the race. Tyre pressures sometimes in the wings. We'll have to wait and see what these guys come up with. Most probably will be on the mediums. Might get a brave couple do the soft run, but we'll have to wait and see. Very interested, mate. And very interested to see how this one goes, sorry. I'll take us away for this one. Once they get ready.
And I'm just wondering if those guys that didn't change back to the softs in the quali maybe are going to risk it in this sprint and try and use that quali set of softs.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, especially if you didn't have the quality you wanted, you could chuck that on and go for it, you know. We'll have to wait and see, but here we go anyway. We've got 4, 5 red lights. And away we go. And it looked like the Merc had a bit of a delayed start there, so that's going to allow Rock Lobster to get away nicely. He definitely did. Huggsy's jumped him off the start. And there's big overtake into the turn 1, but no one facing the wrong direction. Great stuff into turn 1 for Div 5. Huggsy, what a start off the line there for the McLaren.
As I think Devo's had a off because he's dropped a couple of positions there. That's a Minmay was just in the wall. Doesn't seem to have any damage.
Oh no, it didn't go well, but he had a good start, but something's happened there for Minmay. Unfortunately, I'm not sure. We'll have to miss that on stream, so I'm sure they'll be looked at after the race. Moving back through the midfield, everyone nice and close, obviously being the first one. Oh, bit of drama there with the Williams. Goes up the inside and then decides not to, and now he's going to lose the position to the Red Bull. And VX Gritto, be careful not to lock wheels, and there we go. We do have someone on the softs, and that is Gritto, so watch out for him. He is going to be absolutely rapid, especially in these first few laps. Be really good to see how far he can get up before those softs start to dwindle off. And up the front, Quiet Cake didn't get the start he wanted. Dropped that position back to Huggsy, but still hanging in that podium. Oh, Governor gets a free second on lap 1. So
early 3 second there. And off the start, I'm not sure if you saw it, but Core's got a drive through for a jump start. So not what he would be wanting to see in this sprint race, where there's not much time you can bring it back.
No, absolutely not. You don't want to be pitting in the sprint if you can help it, just due to the fact that no one else will be. Looking in the back at Minmay now, he's actually made up some ground, obviously, with the mistakes around him, and he's now hanging on the back of Panda, so he's not out of it yet. Watch how the RV can chop through the field. Dutch.
And, sorry, you go.
No, you're right. You go.
Okay. Daz, who qualified down the back, probably wasn't exactly very happy qualifying, has jumped up 8 spots off that start, capitalising on a lot of incidents and moments that happened in front of him.
Yeah, absolutely. A few guys capitalising, like we said, on the mistakes around them, so it's always good to see. Quiet Cake's actually putting a bit of pressure on Huggsy now, so could we see an overtake here? Possibly on this straight. He's got a lot of battery to play with down the straight. Doesn't want to burn it though, so opting just to stay behind. Huggsy has some serious straight line pace.
Oh.
Actually, almost too much pace into turn 1. Going deep under brakes there, just tapping the back of the Aston. So yeah, Donut Gorilla really close to the back of ND too. So these guys starting to spread out a bit. There's a few. Everyone's still sort of in DRS, other than obviously H-Down. The gap starts to start. But yeah, it's a good race so far.
A lot of these drivers are probably going to be looking to make moves early before the tyre wear starts to kick in. It's going to get a lot more difficult to make these moves. So we might see some Hail Mary dives down the inside into maybe turn 1, or possibly into the turn 3 banked hairpin, but they're all going to want to be able to keep it clean and not get a penalty.
Yeah, you don't want it, like we said, you don't want a penalty ever, but especially in the sprint, there's not really a lot of time to build that gap.
Oh! And Hughes skateboarded that final curb there, and he couldn't pit because there was a Ferrari in the way. Oh, that's going to damage his race.
He's not just missing an end plate too, it looks like he's actually got some serious wing damage on that front left side. So this is going to be a very hard lap for the McLaren. I don't know if it's just end plate or not, it's hard to tell, but it looks like he's missing the top part of the wing as well. The Alpine
Who's that off in the back?
I don't know who he made contact with there, sorry, but he just got in the grass and managed to grab it before he lost control there, so he's just hanging on the DRS still. But that would have been a bit of a scary moment for the Alpine. Could have ended the race there. Very good recovery from him. Very easy to just lose it on this track as we got a bit more drama here. The Williams, Red Bull and McLaren. Oh! Williams has spun! He's collected the Alpine.
All he can do is sit there right now.
Yeah, he might even get DSQ'd with this game being... Oh, kick! Oh! There's a massive incident. Absolute huge incident there. Daz has lost his left front of the wheel trying to get on board someone here. There he is. Oh, no safety car still. Sprint, that is a huge incident. Huge incident.
That is not something you want to see.
Well, drama in this sprint race. Said we didn't know what we were going to get. I don't think I was expecting that. And now the Red Bull and Ferrari have made contact, and that's collected SJ as well. Oh god, it's all happening in this sprint race. Don't know where to watch. As we know, this track it is hard, but seeing a lot of Minmay in the grass there. Might even go for the move down the inside. We've seen it happen in the other divisions.
And a lot of that chaos there happened because Husey was... Oh, and that's an Aston Martin off in the back there. Devo seemed to have ran wide.
Wow, it's all happening.
He's missing the entire left side of his wing there. Something's happened. He may have collided with the car in front of him. Not sure. But it seems to have been that a lot of the chaos that happened seemed to have all happened because the Williams, the Red Bull and the McLaren got together, and then everyone was just dodging him, and then a lot of chaos happened in the next turn.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's very hard to dodge what's happening in front of you here. You don't get a lot of reaction time as we just see Iraq get the job done for the race lead here. Good overtake into turn 1. Let's see if he can break away from the DRS. Be quite hard to, as I don't think Quiet Cake's going to let him, but look at Arvak. Arvak's really pushing here. And we did say earlier he was confident when we spoke to him. So he is looking like he might be on for a podium here in this sprint race. It's still a little bit to go, but he's actually looking like he might want to go a few steps more. Just with the way how aggressive he is taking these corners, it looks like he has some serious pace. Right at the back of Quiet Cake there. Not letting Quiet Cake have a rest at all, as Asif is also doing the same to D White, trying to get the move done. Don't see a lot of moves get done in this sector. It's not really a long enough straight to be able to line up some sort of move, but he does well to put some pressure on the Haas anyway.
And I think more chaos has happened at the back because Donut Gorilla's also missing the left side of his front wing.
Oh yeah, that's even worse than Jackal. Sorry, not Jackal. The McLaren before Hughesy. Yeah, he might have to pit as well. That means there's gonna be a lot of guys pitting on the sprint and they're not wanting to. He goes around again. Maybe just trying to bring it home. Pitting in this sprint is not ideal.
He's got 5 laps left. I think he would probably come out quite a bit behind Devo. So if the points only go to P8, so I wonder if he just wants to finish the race off without having to pit.
Yeah, it would be interesting. If he can just bring it home and not lose too much pace a lap, you know, that would be okay. But if he's losing over a second a lap to the guy in front, he might have to do something, or at least at least just accept the fact, because I think it's just points to 10 if I remember correctly for the sprint. It's usually 8 for the main race, but we usually go to 15 for normal races, so I just can't remember if it was up to 10, but it's definitely
I do believe it's to 8.
Oh, points to 8, there you go, thanks Slim. So Minmay, what a drive from him so far. Looked like it was all over at the start, and now has just stayed out of trouble, and maybe even going for a move here on the McLaren. Very nice. There's plenty of room here. Can he get the traction down on this inside part of this corner, though? That's the question. It doesn't look like it. McLaren just, that outside line is just too fast. Get on the power is way easier. And Minmay now might have to just wait for the next straight, but he might even go for it earlier. I don't know. He's very close. Oh, very close here. And he's going to go around the outside. Can he get it done? Yes, he can. And that time he was on the better line. And that was a great move from Minmay. Absolute great move.
It's a very risky one around the outside there. It's certainly not difficult for the inside car to just push a little too hard, try and stay side by side and just force you off. But Minmay, he had the composure, he had the trust in H-Down, and they both got through there cleanly.
Yeah, absolutely. Great racing from those guys. Dutch might be able to line up the Ferrari. I think the Ferrari just got DRS. It's going to make his job a little bit difficult. But there is also moves into turn 1 here for Arvak. Into P2, and they're locking wheels. This could not end well. Oh, God, gives me flashbacks. But Arvak done well there to keep them to gravel, and so did Iraq Lobster. These guys going toe to toe, but that could have ended in tears for both of them. Great racing there to prevent an accident. These guys behind are not putting their foot off the pedal. They're just not letting these guys in front breathe. White Cake is almost, or he's just hit out of DRS. If he can keep that for the main straight, he might even have a chance of doubling that for the next lap. It's looking quite good, the Mercedes, in this sprint race. Do apologise if it's got a bit of a screen jitter on my screen. I don't know if that's just on my end or the stream as well, but Quiet Cake looking quite well. Iraq Lobster probably doesn't want to let this slip, and I think both of these guys, Arvak and Iraq, might still think that they can get this win, and it's still well within the chances here.
Oh, and Aardvark run wide. He keeps it clean. He doesn't hit Iraq Lobster on the rejoin there, and he didn't do what Husey did and put it in the wall. So very good recovery for the little mistake he made there. Yeah,
absolutely. Oh, what happened there? It looked like the Ferrari lost traction or something. I don't know what happened there, but he got the move done nevertheless. And now it's back to the original top 3 again. There's more moves here happening with Dutch on the Ferrari, thinking about it. Maybe doing what Minmay just did. Go around the outside here. Don't usually see that move done. To see it twice in 2 laps would be quite interesting. No move done there. Footy Bender also very close to the Haas. Don't forget, guys, if you want us to jump on board with anyone in particular, just use your onboard points, channel points, sorry, and we'll jump on board with them. Just having a look at these gaps.
A lot of these drivers, it's starting to get to the final 2 laps. It's about to be the final 2 laps, sorry. And this is going to be the make or break for a lot of these drivers, as it looks like Iraq Lobster was able to get back into the DRS of Quiet Cake, so the battle for first is still on.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to change until the last lap, man. That's going to be a battle right to the end. We'll jump on board that battle at the end. Oh, a bit of contact, sorry, with ND and Dutch, but great move nevertheless for Dutch there. He's now into P4. If he can just get into that DRS, he might have a chance at the podium, but it's a big ask when all those guys in front are pushing like they are. D White's super close to Ask as well. A lot of moves happening. Be interesting to see what this top 3 do with their battery. Most will be trying to save it all for this last lap to give it everything they can to be able to get this win. They have closed the gap back into Quiet Cake, so they've brought that win back in for a chance here. Don't rule out Dutch as well. He's right there waiting to pick up any sort of mistake. Just hanging off the back. This is a huge result for Merck at the moment in the sprint. Huge points for them if they can continue.
And Grillo's had a mistake at the back and he's missing his entire front wing. His
Oh, no.
entire front wing has just come off of that Red Bull. And I think it was through the fast right-hander. I'm going to say right. And Dutch gets moves on Aardvark in the final corner. So Aardvark is back down to 4th.
Something's happened to Arlak there. He's lost a lot of time to the top two. So that's...
Oh, he's
missing his
missing
wing.
part of his front wing.
Oh! Oh, that would have been really bad for the mic. I'm sorry, guys. We both were doing very loud then. That is... Oh, that is so unfortunate for Arlak. He lost his whole wing. Just got stuck on the gravel. That was similar to what we saw with Leclerc in the real race. Obviously, Leclerc managed to save it, but oh, that's a huge incident on the last lap of the sprint.
I think a lot of, I think the damage that we saw going down the main straight came from when, in that final turn, it's very easy to just misjudge and kind of skateboard that curb, and he's lost his front wing and is trying to finish the lap as he's still going to get points, voice crack, sorry, and he's just gone flying off track.
Yeah, absolutely, but Raak Lobster's going to get the job done, and it's a Mercedes double podium. It's a massive job for them in the sprint. ND just off the back of them too. Oh, sorry, Dutch 1.4 back and an ND just about on the back of him. So great race, very unfortunate for Arvar. I mean, he had some serious pace in that sprint race, so one to watch out for in the feature. A couple of close battles across the line here. Deadly touching the wall in the last corner. As we got no more people close together crossing the line, but what a sprint race. We saw it all in that. Yeah, huge race.
Yeah. But you've got to feel it for Aardvark. He was honest. He could have been on for the win there, and it all just happened in that final corner. So, really unfortunate for him.
It is, man. It is. It'll be a pretty hard pill to swallow. Obviously, you do have the feature to back you up, so he does have that second chance, but still, it's not ideal. Anyway, that is our finishing results for the sprint. Very chaotic sprint race. If that's anything like the feature, we're going to have a crazy night ahead of us. But yeah, obviously another quali session now, mate. Obviously Mercedes looking really strong here. So one is to watch again into the next feature race in a Raak Lobster, obviously. Min, mate, what a result from him. Like P5, he was last at that after first lap. Just shows if you just stay out of that trouble, you know, you can go anywhere. That was a huge drive from him. If there was a driver of the day for the sprint, he would be getting, obviously, the driver of the day. So very, very good drive from him, eh?
There were a lot of high movers today, as a lot of the chaos could bring some of the people that just kept their nose clean at the back, bring them up very high. I think H-Town went up 8, someone went up 10, I think it was Min-May, someone went up 6. So, some very big climbers.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So, it'll be interesting to see if the guys change any of their setups from the sprint to now. But no rain on the forecast by the looks of it. It's a bit overcast, but obviously they know more than us. So, we'll have to wait and see if it's raining in the race. Haven't seen any rain yet. We did in the other divisions. Would spice things up even more than they are now. But I have to wait and see. Couldn't predict pole for this one after that sprint race. I mean, there's a lot of guys with pace tonight. Watch out for Arvark trying to get sort of some redemption back after that sprint race. He could be very fast in this feature.
I think a lot of drivers will be looking for redemption.
Yeah.
After a lot of them will probably feel a bit hard done by what happened in that race.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. There was a lot of drama in that race, to be fair, but interesting. A lot of guys coming out early in this quali session. There was you only get the 2 softs and a set of the harder compounds. So depending what you picked at the start, you usually get a medium or a hard. So most guys usually go out, you know, around the 10-minute mark. But sometimes going out early now, like these guys are, and getting a lap in, to avoid all that chaos and drama and trying to build gaps to the guys in front. You can just get a nice easy banker in and not really worry about that. It's H-Town looks to be the first to start up. How many races, mate? It's just the sprint and the feature. So 2 qualies and then the short sprint race that we just had, and now we're going to have a longer race after this. Good to see.
I think the strategy for a quali like this would just be go out. Probably the first minute is when you want to go out, and just set a time, see where you're at, and if you mess up that lap or you invalidate it, I think you have enough fuel to do another lap and use a used set, or if you have to, go into the pits and use the used set again. Wait till the final 3 minutes, go out on a new set and just try and set an all-out lap time. And I think that would probably be the best strategy for the quali.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's the end of the day, how you do all the start part. It only matters if you can get those 2 laps in and get 2 solid laps in, or even just the one. Everyone, I guess, has their own little way of preparing for quali. Just different between the drivers, and some things work for other guys that don't work for the rest. H-Town's on a solid lap though so far in the McLaren, obviously reserving up. Bit of traffic there with no issues. He will be the first to set the pace in this feature qualifying. I'd say it's probably in the 10s to start with.
We've seen him be competitive in Div 6. It's time to see if he's competitive in Div 5. What's his time going to be as it comes around the final turn? He's got some battery to play with. He's going to burn it all the way to the line. And he's going to set a 1:10.9. Very solid banker lap time there.
Yeah, very nice for the McLaren, getting in a lap nice and early to avoid all the drama. Who else is on a lap nice and close? I think it's a Ferrari. Sorry, I missed him. Jumping ball forward, he's coming around the final bend, burning all that battery. DRS open, little bit of a twitch, nothing too serious. Let's see where he goes. Goes P2, 10.9, very solid lap, just off pole there for course. So he also had a tough sprint race, so one to watch in the feature. See if he can get redeemed into a group race. Very interesting quality so far. Donut, see what he can do. He had a very good race, great overtaking, good quality in the sprint as well. So we'll have to wait and see what he can do here. Comes with the final bend.
He's going to come around the final.
Oops, sorry.
With a lot of ERS. Oh, that's okay. And he's going to come around the final turn with a lot of ERS. He's going to burn. And he's going to set a 1:10.1. A very, very competitive lap time.
Do you have a Rock Lobster added, mate?
Yes.
Just invite him. I think he's disconnected. Sorry, one time I didn't even see him leave, mate. F7 will send him an invite, so hopefully he can get back in straight away. Out lap for ND. Who else is? I think everyone else is finishing. Devo is probably doing a couple laps on the hards.
I sent it through.
Yep, sweet. Should be able to get back in with plenty of time to set a lap. Because Devo's obviously just gone a lot faster on the hard tyres than he did. 10-second improvement.
So, odd strategy there from Devo to go out on a set of hards. I think if you're going to go out on a set that isn't soft, you'd want the mediums, and he's chosen the harder compound choice for the whole weekend sort of thing. So he's only got the hards. So was that an Alpine? I just saw graded wrong way?
I'm not sure. Just on board with ND.
I was just looking.
Doing his lap, but yeah, I didn't see it. Alpine. Oh yes, there's someone stopped on track. Who is that? That is an Alpine. Moving now. Don't know what happened there.
Devo, and it was just stopped on the side. That's very odd.
Interesting. But ND starts the second sector. Bit of traffic in front of him, but he's navigated that well. Gets on the power nice and early and overtake. Great, a lot of traction out of there. He's gone the purple in that sector. See what he can do here. Burn up to this corner. Very easy to dip your wheel in the curve. But he gets it all right there on the power nice and early and will burn all the way to the line. See what he can do in the Ferrari. crosses the line and has gone pole with a 109.8. So there you go, we're into the 9s now at the 11-minute mark. He's just turning it up in terms of the pace.
SJ puts himself in P2 there, a very, very respectable time from the owner.
Yes, good time. It's look at all the 10s and 11s, and then you just got ND on the 109. But I think we're going to see a lot more 109s very soon. As soon as this track gets a little bit better, the guys get the grips with the track again after the sprint. There's Asif. Let's see what he can do. Goes P4, 10.2. He's knocking on the door of getting into the 9s as well.
A lot of drivers will be setting times close to the 109s, but it's probably not going to have a majority of the drivers in the 109s till the final few minutes, as it's a very, very fast time to get in the 109s this early as a banker. So,
yeah,
all about conditions for a lot of these drivers.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Very, very good time for ND for a banker, like you just said. He'll be very happy with that. Be interesting to see if he can improve with his final run. I don't think he'd be too mad about that time on the best of days anyway. So yeah, wait to see. But Dutch is the next to set a time. Comes through the final bend here, gets on the power nice and early. This guy's really nailing that exit from what we've seen so far. Saw a lot of guys struggle in Div 4 and 2. Dutch sets the fastest time just with a 109.85, so just in front ND. Wow, that's super close. Jaffrey's teammate too, Quiet Cake, because I think he was on a lap. We saw how fast he was in the sprint. So let's see what he can do. As Mercedes, I mean, they are looking really good for this race. If they can get their other driver up there as well, they are looking for a really good night here after the sprint. As he has set the fastest second sector. This is looking solid here. He's got plenty of battery to play with. He's using hot lap, interestingly, too, which a few of the other guys are as well. So a bit of a variation with the ERS here. Let's see what he can do. Oh, just off the podiums. 109.9. I think he lost a bit of time in that last sector, but watch out for him for his last run. Who else?
There's a lot of drivers at the top here close now. The top 4 are separated by 0.073.
Yeah.
Which is very, very close.
It's one little wheel spin in it. It's not much in it for these guys. Nailing a lap. Iraq Lobster
and
next.
And then the top 3 are only separated by 0.016.
Yeah, incredible, eh? I mean, that is a hard pole prediction out of those top 3. You've got ND, VX, and Dutch. Those guys barely sneeze at that. That is, very close. As Iraq puts it into P9 for 10.7. So what Hughes he can do now. He was quick in sprint quali, wasn't he? So
yes.
See if he can. Oh, he does. 109.6.
Knocking on the door of that prediction.
Yeah, wow. He is knocking on the door. I mean, it was a little bit off before with 109.8, but these guys are just off it now. Will Hughes be able to do another lap though? That's the question. No, I'm not sure. But who else is on the lap? Is SJ? SJ looks to be on the lap. He has gone fastest in the first sector. I don't know how much we pay attention to that purple visual glitch. Sometimes it's wrong, but he has a little bit of traffic in front. Should be okay. They can get out of the way, but it might even give them... No, it's not. Fully auto there. As he burns the battery up to there. See if he can get this part right. A lot of guys struggled in my race in Div 2 here. There was... The curves there are pretty gnarly. We'll burn up to the last final bend now. Chuck it in to 5th. Back on the power and overtake with DRS open. No oversteer. These guys really nailing that corner like I said before. And he dives in the pits. Not happy with that lap.
I wonder if...
Maybe he just wants to get out again.
Yeah, probably. I think he may have just been pushing to get back inside that pit and just set another lap time on the new set when it gets to prime time.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think Asif and Footy Bender are very close together here on laps. Shouldn't matter too much unless Footy Bender's a lot quicker on this lap. Might even help him on that last sort of straight with a bit of a toe here. Right on board with... he's
And
aborted the lap, so we'll jump back on board with Bender. Solid first sector from what I saw. Nice tidy line
he's
through
gonna
there.
not gonna mess up like we've seen a few times across the divisions. He's gonna get on the power nice and cleanly, nice and early. Engage the ERS and DRS. He's gonna cut to the inside of this track, which seems to be the faster way. And it's a 1:10.204. Puts him up to P8.
Well, wow. Wow. Sorry, I was just responding to a comment. But this quali is just turning up. Everyone will be just finalising that last sort of stint with the little setup changes before they go out for their final run. Some won't change much. I think Min-May might be going back to the pits. Anyone on a lap? H-Town possibly, no? But yeah, everyone just coming out now, or at least into the pits to wait for that sort of window. You'll probably see them come out around the 2-minute 50 mark, maybe. A lot of guys. Some guys will choose to go earlier, like Daz is by the looks of it. Down in P18 currently, maybe just trying to beat the traffic. Man, who would you, if you could pick anyone for pole right now, who would it be?
Not trying to be McLaren biased, but Husey has knocking on the door of a 109.5, so I'd say he's definitely in the battle. But I mean, we saw Dutch, Greedo, and NDNV all very close, and Quiet Cake, sorry, all very, very close to one another. And all it takes is one invalidation or a mess up from Z, and they're all in the battle for that pole position.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, mate. Daz possibly doing the double out lap here. May explain why he's gone out early, I would say. Definitely is with none battery. So he'll cruise around and try and burn that. Oh, never mind. Just flicked the battery now. Unless he is going for a lap. I'm not sure. He is on none.
I think he's going overtaken none, which is not a strategy you see from a lot of others in qualifying. But I mean, if it works for someone, then it works.
Yeah, we did see it a bit in Monaco and Baku and things like that. People using none in the really slow areas, but Daz just choosing for this lap to use it. I'm not sure if he even realises it, but it doesn't matter at the moment. He's still on a lap. Currently P18. Looks to be improving though. I haven't seen the sector time come up just yet. Plenty of battery obviously to play with up to the line. Burning a lot to that sector. He's 5/10 up though. Big improvement in that middle sector. Has said fastest, so who knows? Maybe that's the strat. We'll have to wait and see. So he'll come around the final bend now to probably finish his final run. Burn up to the line. Has managed to use pretty much all the battery. And he will set a 110.4. Moves up to P14, so solid improvement there for Daz. Panda also is now on a lap in the Ferrari.
Down. Oh, it's got a lot of battery.
He does. He might be doing a double out lap. Possibly, I don't know.
But he's currently in P18. I think he's been quite consistently in the top 10. So he to improve his lap right now. This is going to come down. I'm guessing he's going to start his flying lap.
Yeah, he's maybe made a mistake, so he's just going to go again. And we're right on board with this lap.
He's going to come down to the first turn. He's going to get it stopped. Basically ride that inside curb, which seems to be the strategy. But in a little bit coming into this tight turn, going to get the hairpin very, very tight. Is going to come out. Is going to get quite a bit of speed. He's going to burn the battery down this windy straight. He's going to burn it down to about 50. He's got a little bit of traffic in front. I think that's a Haas in front. He's going to switch back down to 6th. Re-engage the battery for a second. The Haas gets out of the way. It might have been a little bit of dirty air that I just saw, but he runs a bit wide into the hairpin. is in fourth. Fifth is going to burn a little bit of the batteries, run very wide through that turn, engage the battery and the DRS. He's going to burn. He doesn't have a lot to play with right now. He's only got about 20-30%. But he's going to try and hard as he can to find a little bit of snap on the curve. Will he get on the DRS? Run the car all the way out to the outer wall. Is going to set a 1.3 slower than his original.
I think your mic's cutting out a bit there, mate, but yeah, a little bit slower there for Panda. Unfortunately, he won't have a chance to go around again. We'll jump back on board with someone else here. I think Iraq Lobster, there's a lot of guys on laps. It'll be hard to keep up with everyone. But we'll jump on board with Iraq Lobster. Had a very good race in the sprint race. Will be one to watch in the feature for sure. But no traffic other than the one car in front of him, who I think's also on a lap. Shouldn't hurt him too much. Comes through this tight bender here on the power. Burning. He's got plenty of battery to play with here. He'll burn down to probably 40. Chuck it in. Jump the curb and really try and cut as much as that left side of that curve as you can to get back on the power. This looks like a solid lap for Lobster. He might even get a tow here from the Williams. And this is going to help his lap if he can. See what he can do. He'll be one of the last to cross the line, sorry. And he goes P6 with a 109.9. Who else is on the lap? Min May also just starting a lap. Donut Gorilla also just starting a lap. A lot of guys just starting laps right now. H-Town goes to P9 with a 110.1. Great improvement from him. SJ goes P3.
And Yuzi's coming around the final bend here, and he's going to set a slower lap time there. Down by about 3 thousandths.
Yeah, he's still in that P1 at the moment, so he might just hang on here. Quiet Cake's in the pits, he's done. Old Footy Bender has had enough as well. Arvark, can he do anything? I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. He had a really unlucky sprint race, but the pace is there. See what he can do around this final bend. Chucks it in. Oh, no. Goes wide. Doesn't invalidate. Will cost him a fair bit of time, though. Not sure if he's going to just try and finish this time. We'll see where he ends up. Doesn't improve. Or he does improve, just very minuscule. But that is your feature qualifying. Done and dusted. And Hughesy gets P1 in the McLaren. What a quality.
Very, very competitive time, but I think majority of people voted that it would. Oh, very close on the poll, but 52% of people said that it would be under 109.5, and we did not see it happen.
Yeah, so close, but so far. Yeah, interesting. Lamb, I think maybe because he lost time. I'm not sure. That is your quali session done and dusted. Panda, unfortunately, didn't get that lap in to the 10s, but yeah, probably not the worst track to start the back. It is incredibly hard to overtake, but that drama that we saw in the sprint race, if that eventuates into the feature, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it's a good spot to be down the back at this stage. But I'm looking forward to this race.
Yes, it should be very interesting. It is the feature race, so I wonder if some of the drivers will be a little more conscious of the fact that they've got 36 laps to make these moves, not 12 this time.
You would think so, for sure. Obviously, chuck in the pit stops as well and the fuel management and all that jazz. You know, it's a complete different race now. It's a long one too. It is a really demanding race depending on your wheel. If you're running high force feedback, it's not a lot of room for brake, and you're always trying to pass someone on the straight. So, yeah, we'll have to wait and see how these guys go. U2, no, F7, I think. Oh, U2 on tomorrow night's race. You racing tomorrow, F7?
I'm not racing and I'm not commentating tomorrow, unfortunately.
No, so neither of us are, unfortunately, mate. We've done our races. Well, yeah, but there will definitely be a stream either way. Yeah, there will definitely be a stream either way for Div 6 and then Div 3 Wednesday. And you
Customer
take us
relations
away,
job.
mate, for this one.
Oh, yep.
You there? Oh, the Alpine goes wide. Sorry, guys. I think F7 just lost his mic there. As there's a lot of drama down the back. A few cars actually went off track there to try and avoid the drama, I think, from my side away. But everyone's still facing the right direction. But I'm seeing end plates fly, and I'm not sure of what car. There's dodging cars. Oh, God, that could have ended in tears there. Oh, no, it still can. The grass on this track is deadly. And the Haas just collects himself there. He gathers back into the DRS line, but F7, you there, mate? I don't know if we've lost you. No, I can hear you now.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
Sweet. Sorry. Yeah, you just cut out right when the lights went out. I was like, oh no. But what a start from everyone, really. Everyone's still facing the right direction. We've got pretty much a single DRS train. Oh, Mercedes and the Red Bull going toe-to-toe here. Quiet gets the move done on Brito. Brito is struggling on those hard tyres, obviously just trying to get them up to temp here. Different strategy going on the hards. We've also seen Minmay and Daz start on the hard with Panda on the softs. So a few different strategies. Obviously the Optimum, Alpine and Aston touching wheels there on the straight. Obviously the most common strategy we'll see is the medium to hard one stop. Get some guys trying something different. Thoughts on starting on the hards there for Brito, mate?
I mean, we haven't had that big of an incident yet, so I think it might have been a good choice. I think a lot of people are gonna prefer the medium start, as not only do you get a faster start, but if there is a safety car, you might be able to run those tyres a little bit longer and then push a lot harder on the hards at the end.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens, mate. Obviously, you chuck a safety car in there too, and it shakes everything up. But a few close battles here. Everyone's sort of within that second range, just waiting for a mistake. That's where the undercut can come into play. We'll see that obviously when the pit window opens. A few guys trying to get that undercut done. But right now, it's all about just trying to keep your battery for this straight, making sure you have enough battery to contend with the guys around you. I do think Iraq Lobster might be able to get Brito here. Brito's tyres will take a couple of laps before they start warming up and being the better tyre. The mediums aren't great after about 7 laps, to be fair. You know, they lose their edge a bit. Side by side here, can you get it done? They tap, but have enough grip to keep it the right way. There's a bit of wheel tapping there, but no problem so far. Iraq Lobster really wants to get this job done. Doesn't want to lose too much behind the hard tyre runner. I saw him move up the top there, I think, with SJ and ND. It doesn't seem to have happened. It scared me there for a second. I saw a car off the track. And I thought, oh. As we see these guys super close. Oh, we got an Aston go wide and a Red Bull trying to get the move done. And he doesn't. Quiet Cake looked to just go wide there. And Brito just saw an opportunity, but that may allow Arbach to get the job done now. Moves here too with Asif and Donut Gorilla in an interesting spot. Very brave move to get it done there, and the Haas just touches the back of the Red Bull. That Red Bull is actually missing that left end plate, so he'll be struggling in that sector that we're just riding on board with. So Asif might just be trying to push through to the pit window. Ooh! Big save from Cause. Does unfortunately lose the spot, but what a save.
It seems to be that a lot of drivers might start to lose grip in that final turn as the tyres get a little bit worn, as it's quite a high stress zone on those tyres. So if it's anything, even a bump, maybe a little bit of wheel spin, it can cause you to just have a massive moment, possibly be you out of the race.
Yeah, another thing to mention is the dirty air around here is huge, especially for these corners that you can take flat most of the time. If you're close to the car behind, it can just send you off the track. So they really upped it in this game, and it shows definitely in this race especially. We haven't seen too much of it, but in Div 4 we saw a lot of guys running wide in Sector 2, getting behind in that dirty air. Don't forget, guys, if you want us to jump on board with anyone, use your channel points and you will. But at the moment, everyone's pretty close together, so there's plenty of battles to pick from. Just seeing if anyone can line one up on this straight.
Except Uzi seems to just be running away right now. And ND, and Quiet Kate sends quite the aggressive dive down the inside of SJ, and there was some serious contact, I believe.
Yeah, lucky everyone's going the right way there, but it didn't look too bad on stream, but very, very good move to get it done, but yeah, could have ended it anyway, as ND has used that to break away, and like you said, he's 4.2 in front now. I mean, he is just locked in. We saw this with Wonton last night in Div 2 in the sprint race, just no one could get near him. Some of these guys on that day can just lock in to their favourite track, and it can really turn up. A lot of practice goes in. Wait and see what happens here. The more these guys fight, and we've got drama down the back with Panda. Bit of a yellow, but he's still circulating. Doesn't think
Panda on those softs seems to be struggling. I wonder if they're already worn out or gone.
Yeah, I'm not sure. As we got side-by-side action here with Dutch and SJ. Both Mercedes get the job done, and it looks like the Red Bull, those hard tyres, will be starting to come into the better tyre now. Won't be long before they do. Who else is making moves?
SJ was trying to line up a move on Dutch, and it didn't seem to go. He just closed the door, and everyone's now backed up behind SJ as Dutch is trying to force the gap open a bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure. He might be trying to spread the DRS to his teammate. We'll have to wait and see. But Aston on the grass there at the back. Iraq Lobster trying to get through this pack. He knows he has the pace. So does Arbach. Watch these two towards the end of the race and see where they end up. It's just very hard to overtake here when everyone's in the DRS like we're seeing. It just takes a mistake though, and yeah, fall back.
The Red Bull of Asif Al-Amadi back in P12 is currently missing his left-hand end plate.
Yeah, he is. He's been pushing through that for a while now. He's actually doing quite a good job because he hasn't lost too many positions since he got the damage. But it would definitely be hell to drive around here with any sort of damage, let alone whole end plate. Have to wait and see. He might opt to fix it in the pits or just up his downforce. We'll have to wait and see. And then Aston going for the move on Arbach into turn 1 looks to be
turn 1.
Job done.
But Arbach is able to hang it around the outside with the extra power. There's a little bit of contact there as is basically riding the riding the rear end of Aardvark's car going through those few turns there. He's going to go for the move down. No, he's not. There was a little bit of contact. I believe he's just riding the back of his car right now. He's spun them. There was contact, and he's spun himself around, and he's taken out Aardvark too.
He's got to be careful he doesn't get tangled in too many incidents. And
H-Town's been spun as well.
Wow, a lot of drama on lap 7 there. I'm not sure if anyone lost their end plate there, but I'm not sure even what happened with H-Town. It looked like everything was over, and then obviously the other one spun, so he doesn't look
I think
have any end plate on, but
I think Iraq kind of came back onto the track, and it was an unsafe rejoin, but H-Town just kind of got caught behind him as he'd come back onto the track and had nowhere to go, and he had 2 cars on the inside, so he was kind of forced to go a bit slowly, and then cars just going too fast through the few turns, and there was contact. He was around.
Yeah. And we got an onboard request for Old Footy Bender. He's currently behind the 2 Alpines. We just swapped positions, so he's got his work cut out for him fighting both of the team cars. They can work together now. But he might just choose to stick behind and let them tow him up. These guys a little bit back off the front DRS pack, so they'll be hoping not to fight too much, I would say, and get back within that podium contention. These guys all have the pace too. Steady race so far for Old Footy Bender. Not sure where he started. He's down 1, so pretty much staying where he started, doing well to avoid all that drama. And now it sort of gets in that window where you're just trying to push things medium to the pit window. I don't like it around here. Depending on the setup, you can really cook that front left tyre and how you drive. And understeer's been crazy with the dirt. Yeah, see if you can get a job done on the Donut Grill. I don't think he will. The power with that DRS in front's just too much.
I think a mixture of the slipstream and a low downforce setup seems to be what's happening in front. A lot of people opt for, I mean, some people opt for a lower downforce here at Zandvoort, but I personally would opt for a higher downforce just because you can gain a lot through that middle sector.
You can, yeah. You can, absolutely. And obviously it doesn't matter if you have low downforce, if you can't keep up at the end, it doesn't matter. On the straight, you know, it's really hard when the tyres start dropping off if you're on that low downforce. Get back onto the interval.
Footy Bender and Donut Gorilla here are getting pretty racy. They were getting pretty close to that middle sector. They might go for it, is too far back to go for a move into that final sector, but they were getting pretty racy there, trying to get switchbacks
Yeah.
each other.
I think what we're seeing here is there's a few guys that are just a bit quicker behind and are just trying to get past. We're seeing it a bit with Iraq Lobster. Deadly Fully, he's definitely got the pace over the Williams and seeing that spin before he's just trying to recover. He's going to get the job done here, I would say. Go around the outside. But
Deadly's going to hold it on the inside.
Yeah, he might just have the extra traction. It is not ideal to go two cars through there, but they get it done. And Iraq Lobster's back up a place here. Can he get back up to where he was? I think he can. He definitely has the pace. Just have to see what happens with these pit stops.
Whoa.
Moving back.
And D White got a 3 second for corner cutting, but he's also missing half of his front wing.
Oh, that might explain the corner cutting. So he will be in all sorts of pain right now trying to steer. Oh, he's actually missing his right end plate as well, so he'll have to pit. And it's not too far off the pit window, so he might be okay, but it'll still be a long way to push those hards if he's going to do a one stop. He might have to pit though. He'll lose too much time, I think, with that wing damage. Jumping back on board with Gritto. He looks dangerous down the straight here. He's got a lot of momentum out of that final corner. See if he can get anything done. Doesn't look like it. Got a lot of pace down that straight. It's just so hard when when you got DRS in front of the guy in front. You know, it's almost impossible to get the job done. We've got more yellows. What's happened there? That's on the straight.
Moment, I think, out of that final few turns, and he's missing his entire front wing.
So we got a few pit stops happening, and yeah, it may have been on the entry into the pits. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Unfortunate to lose your wing. Hopefully you had time to change the setting there to replace it. Let's see. Donut Gorilla and Arvark working together. They've actually reeled that gap in a fair bit to SJ by just not fighting with the cars behind. It'll be interesting to see if they can get any further up before the pit window starts, or you're going to see some undercuts start to come into play here. We've already seen some guys pit down the back, getting on the hards nice and early. It is a long way though to push the hards here. Tyre wear, depending, like we said earlier, on your setup and the way you drive, can be pretty gnarly around here. That front left just cops it as we got Footy Bender come into the pits. He's taken a lot of speed into the pit lane. Slow it up. We saw a lot of 10 seconds here with the 60k limit. Can really bite you if you just forget. So see where Footy Bender comes out compared to Asif, because I think they were, oh no, they weren't near each other, sorry. Footy Bender will come out into clear air anyway, so he will be able to utilise this undercut, see where he will end up. What's your thoughts on what Gritto's going to do, mate? He'll probably just keep pushing on these hards and then jump on the, let's say, maybe the mediums at the end, you reckon?
Yeah, depending on how long he can push these hards, I mean, I've did some practice, and I think the max I could push them was about 23, 20 laps before I start to kind of tough. So I'm wondering if he might try and push them as far as possible, and then make a late switch to mediums or if he's able to, possibly the softs.
Yeah, I mean, he'd probably love to be able to push him to get onto the soft tyre, see what he can do at the end. Who knows, with a safety car, what could happen. As the Ferrari and Mercedes go side by side, can he get it done? He has the better line, and I'm telling you, it actually looks pretty dark. I don't know if we're going to get any rain, but I don't know if it's just me or if it's getting darker on track. Definitely overcast, but that was a great move from Quiet Cake up into P2. See if he can reel in that back to Hughesy. Ooh!
Oh, thank you. Around the outside, there's some contact. Oh, and they keep it clean.
A lot of speed around the outside, and he gets a free second on that curb. He just turned in. That dirty air might have hurt him too, but he turned in a bit early and jumped the curb. And, yeah, free second might have been on his last warning too. Unfortunate. We might see a few pens creep in, but pit window will be arriving very soon. So Rock Lobster still in the back of the Alpine. One Alpine's pitted. I would say the other's going to pit this lap.
I think, yeah, they'll definitely be wanting to split the strategies, as you don't want to be caught up behind your teammate double stacking. Unless it's like unless the gap is big enough where it's like a safety car, and yes, he will dive into the pits. Donut Gorilla to make a stop.
The front runner's not opting to pit just yet. And there's still a little bit of battling going on here with Quiet Cake and ND. Ooh, goodo. There's a lot more grip now on those hards, and you can see if you can get the job done here. Got a lot more grip. You can probably go around the inside or outside, but the Ferrari is just using all the track, making it so hard for him to get past, doing everything he can to make sure that really doesn't happen. Griddo now, with that free second, just needs to keep pushing.
He was able to just keep that Ferrari planted in the middle of the track and exactly where he...
I don't know if we lost you again there, mate, sorry.
I think I'm back.
Yeah, can hear you now. Moving back down, let's see what happens here, because we've got a few guys on the hard tyres now. Just interesting to see when the guys choose to pit up the front. Sometimes the undercut's not worth it if you think you can avoid the the guys behind. Because if you get stuck in traffic, it can really cost you a lot of time. Quiet Cake's in the pits. Who's his closest competitor? I think SJ was up there. See where he comes out compared to him. These guys are in a little bit of a battle pack. Arvark has pitted, so these guys are definitely fighting for position. And Mercedes comes out just in front of them. So they've definitely bridged that gap with the undercut a little bit closer. Just be interesting to see if they can keep it with the DRS, because this race will start to open up now. With strategy, Hughesy's well within control for 4.8 seconds. Yet to pit, but he is in with a massive chance here of getting the race win if he can just keep on going down this path. Who else is battling? Looks like the Panda and Devo.
I think that Tuesday will be looking to make the pit soon, as his tyres will be screaming at him right now. 14 lap old mediums. He's starting to lose time to the guys that have pit and to NDNV, and he's going to make the choice. He's going to dive into the pits.
Yeah, you have to react to the guys around him. His Arvark looks to be really trying to get this move done on SJ. He might even go for it here. Williams does not have DRS, so it should be a relatively okay move depending on the wings, and yeah, he's going to get it done before the corner. So we'll see where Arvark can go to. Currently P7. We've got more moves here with Quiet Cake and ND, and it looks like Ferrari there might have something might happen there. He dropped a little bit back. Not sure.
I believe he pits.
Oh yes, he just pits. Yes. I think he was just closer to Quiet Cake. That was all. So looking up to the top two with these guys that started on the hard tyres, we were talking about going on the softs towards the end. Obviously, safety car now, you have to go on meetings if you had them. Do you think jumping on the softs at the end with how hard it is to pass here, do you think it will, be worth it?
Um, I think that there's no overtaking. Obviously, this track, not much you can do. But I think that the soft tires would wear out too fast anyway, being right behind someone battling them the whole time.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what we see here with if they go mediums or softs, but not sure yet as there is an Alpine Mercedes battling out, and the Alpine's made contact, and we'll lose some time there. It still keeps the same position pretty much. It doesn't lose out to the RB, but I'm not sure what happened there. That might be looked at after the race, but the overtakes are definitely starting to come in with full effect here as SJ's trying to get past the Ferrari. This has a lot of speed there. We've seen a lot of guys try and get that move done, but it is incredibly hard fitting two cars around that bend. I think this is probably our closest battles in this middle pack with Aardvark, SJ Dutch, and ND. What's your thoughts on Hughesy's race so far, mate? I mean, he hasn't put a foot wrong yet. Touch wood. Obviously, you're a lot of practice leading up to this. Is it his favourite track?
I'm not sure about his status when it comes to favourite track, but I definitely know that he's been putting the practice in, and he's been getting quite competitive times, probably lapping a little bit faster than I am, which is very good for him, and he's just been keeping his composure, keeping it clean, not been overly pushing to a point where he's making mistakes, but he's just been on the cusp of, or on the edge, the whole race.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a massive job so far for his team. If he can bring it home, he'll be over the moon, I'm sure. This battle, though, in the mid-pack is intensifying a little bit. But the race will sort of settle down now. It's sort of everyone's sort of pitted on their strategies now. And it'll just be about maintaining this tyre wear to the end. It will be difficult for them to make up too many spots from here without some drama. Because obviously the track's so hard to overtake. And there's still a pretty solid DRS train going on here for the top sort of 10. So we could be seeing a lot of changes still as the Quiet Cake gets the job done on Daz before the straight. Daz still on those 18-month old hards, so he will be struggling, just hanging in there, waiting for his pit stop. Still within DRS at this moment.
But I think a lot of the guys that are still currently on hards, they're not looking to dive out of the way of these fast runners, but they're certainly not looking to put up a fight and try and keep their position, as not only is it going to hurt their race, but you're going to probably annoy a guy who's just pit on and is on fresh tyres.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. So we got more moves here. What's happened there? Aardvark's lost multiple positions, and he may have put a drama there, a bit of a mistake maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but he might even lose another here to the Mercedes. So he's had the pace tonight, Aardvark, but the luck has just not been there, has it?
No, I think like a lot of the drivers we've seen tonight, they've been making these mistakes in the fast right, and they've just misjudged how fast they're going in, and they've just ran wide, put it on the grass, and then just had to come back on the track. It's not a difficult mistake to make. You can just carry too much speed through, but I think that's what's been happening to a lot of these drivers.
I think so too, mate. We're just on board with Aardvark as per Vettel's request. Currently behind SJ, just sticking in this DRS train, doing a very good job so far, but it's just had a few unlucky moments. I'm not sure we've missed most of them, unfortunately, but I'm not sure if he's just going off track or that was very close to getting stuck on that curve there. We all know how badly that curve is sentient is. It's not fun. But can he line up a move here on the Williams? The Williams does have DRS, the two cars in front. most of these guys will just be just circulating at this stage, just ticking down the laps. Don't want to go for too many unnecessary moves. And there we go. We got a pit stop at the top from Guido, jumping off the hard tyres. So he's going to go mediums. Yep. And yeah, he'll be pushing to the end. And we saw this in dip 2 and 4. They are very quick when they come out the gate. So watch out for Guido.
He's got to run those mediums.
Just when we came off to onboard, Dutch was just going for a move there. He didn't get it done. Yeah, lots happening in this race, mate.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be difficult for Guido. He has to take those tyres 15 laps. But I wouldn't put it past.
Yeah, that's a long way, but we have seen it being done, and we've got a Midday, I think, at the top, have a bit of an off on those 20-lap old tyres. We're seeing all these guys now at the back of Daz just trying to get past them. Those old tyres, you can just see how much less grip they have. Daz really struggling. He'll be probably hitting this lap, I would say, with... SJ's off track.
And Aardvark's lost an end plate as well.
Yeah, big drama there. I don't know how SJ somehow made that corner. That could have ended in tears for everyone there, but someone's lost an end plate. We're going to see some pit stops now. Dad's into the pits, and I'm not sure if an Alpine will go in. I'm not sure whose end plate that was. I think it's... Oh no. That's our first, I think, for tonight. That's really unfortunate. We were only talking about that earlier with the 60k steamer, that it could really catch you out. And sometimes, you know, if you have the racing line and you jump on the brakes, even when it tells you to brake, you still can't slow down at times. So, very unfortunate for Daz. That's going to really, you know, add to the end. And, yeah, head down now. For him, he'll just have to chip away at it unless they get a safety car, and he might be able to get rid of that penalty. See what's going on up here.
Minmay is still yet to pit on those 21 lap old hards, so I'm beginning to wonder if he's gonna try and push for a soft final stint maybe, or if he's gonna pit this lap and I just jinxed it.
Oh no. As we got Gritto lighting a move up here on Quiet Cape. Those mediums will just be so quick as he sets the fastest lap anyway, 12.2. So he'll be knocking on the door of Hughesie, but I don't know if the mediums will drop off before he can say anything. Have to wait and see. He does have that penalty too, so a lot to come from this race. Still Dutch very close to that Alpine. Was it Aardvark? Yes, it was. That lost that airplane. So it's just really not going his way tonight. And he's doing a great job still sticking it in P6 with that damage, but he will be a lot slower, unfortunately. I would say the Williams SJ might. No, he doesn't. Before he would have had damage too. As yeah, what's your thoughts about, you know, when you're yourself racing at this point in the race? You know, you're just trying to get to the end. When everyone's in this DRS train, what are you thinking when you're driving at this stage of the race?
I reckon at this point you're just thinking about how you're going to use your ERS. You're going to conserve it in this bit, use it in that bit, try and go for overtakes mainly in these certain spots, but I definitely am thinking just stay in the DRS to the guy in front, try and get the guy behind you out of your DRS. That's mainly what you're going to be thinking.
Yep, short, sweet and simple. Oh, what have I just missed? There is a massive incident. There. Jeez, I looked down for 1 second and there is a wing flying. I think we still saw it on stream, but wow, that is a front wing gone for Dutch, and that is huge. And Daz gets a drive for. That is so unlucky. I believe we have a safety car too. We have a full safety car, I think. Yep. Wow. That's unfortunate. There's so a lot of guys now pitting for the mediums, which isn't a bad idea if you're able to. That's really shake things up now, mate, hasn't it? I mean, Hughesie would be absolutely fuming that. He had a solid lead. He hasn't had to really defend yet. He's just been so fast, and now the safety car is just going to bring him straight back into it. He'll be absolutely fuming, I'm sure. As Panda gets a 10-second into the pit lane. Oh no, that's our second victim, I think, of the 60k limit. See what Hughesy does here. Does he decide to pit? That could be interesting.
I think his tyre choice here would vary on his allocation.
He's choosing to pit. He is. Rideau is pitting as well. So I would say he'll be having to go. Do they have mediums? Yes, he does. He has a set of mediums.
Yes.
so
he's not going. Does he have a? It didn't look like he left his pit box for a while.
Yeah, there's Donut Gorilla chooses not to pit, so he's gone to P1, currently on those 11 lap old tyres. There's your penalties keeper. There are quite a few backing up, and we've just got 3 seconds for Rideau, 10 seconds for Minmay, H-Town drive-through. Didn't see that come up. Devo, a 3 second, D-White, a 3 second, Daz, a drive-through, and Panda, a 10 second. Really unfortunate. Drive-throughs are probably the worst one to get because you can't do anything about it under safety car. And then we know how this Delta is in this game, which is terrible, so very unfortunate for those guys. But yeah, plenty of time for something to happen in this race for some sort of points. We obviously have points to 15, so it's worth trying to keep going, get to the end there, no matter what. You never know what's going to happen. But what's your thoughts on Gorilla's strategy, staying out, 11 lap hards? He is going to be obviously a lot slower than the fresh mediums, but do you think he can keep the lead?
He's definitely gonna have to. Mr. Panda gets a 10-second speed then.
He'll be absolutely fuming because I'm pretty sure he just went in to serve the other 10 seconds.
But it's gonna be difficult for him. He may do it, but it's gonna be difficult. I think what he might want to do is try and, if he's gonna get overtaken by Hughesy and just try and stay in his DRS and just keep pushing to stay in the DRS, and he'll just be there and he might be able to make a move going into the final few laps.
Yeah, I think so, mate. I think Hughesy will be super quick off this start, and his biggest priority will be getting past Donut Gorilla and putting Donut Gorilla in between him and Rideau. Rideau does have that penalty, but he is on a fresh tyre now, equal tyre to Hughesy. The only thing is Quiet Cake's right there too, and we saw his pace. He has lost his teammate with Dutch. He's down in P11 now, which was unfortunate. We saw that. I think the reason the safety car maybe is we saw Dutch's wing go. So he's lost a lot of time, unfortunately, and now everyone's bunched back up. We'll be basically starting the race again. Everyone will have to wait for those DRS gaps to break away before they can get any overtakes done. But I'm pretty excited to see how this ends up. We've got 10 laps left. Safety car will probably come in the next lap. I don't think we'll get in this lap. But yeah, the hard tyre is on paper a better tyre to go on at this stage, but by the time the medians drop off, it'll be too close to the end of the race for the hard tyres to be able to do as good impact as they can. So ND and Footy Bender might struggle a little bit at the start, but towards the end of the race they should keep their own. So there's a lot of moving parts here in this pack. Always a recipe for drama. Yeah, Panda, unfortunately, I think with that second pit stop, he's possibly going to pit again, I'd say, because he's got another 10 seconds. No, I don't think he will. But he's going to have to just get out of the way, obviously, once the restart happens. Unfortunately, not much we can do about it. It's very unfortunate getting lapped on this game because it doesn't let you unlap yourself. It's just EA. So yeah, tough race for Panda for sure. Tough race for a lot of guys tonight, to be fair.
He either is gonna. I think the smart choice for him right now would be he's a minute behind everyone else. I reckon just to be safe, probably let everyone behind him go through, because he's going to have to let everyone through, and if people have got a better run on someone down that front straight and he's off to the left slowing down to let everyone through, then there could be some big contact and some big damage.
Yeah, I mean, Panda's a smart guy. He'll know for sure he needs to get out of the way. Whether or not he has the tyres to pit again, he's well within his rights not to pit again to preserve some tyres. But as long as he gets out of the way with no problems, which I'm sure he will, we'll just have to do it as safely as we can. So we safety car in this lap. And Donut Gorilla will lead us away on those hard tyres. It's crucial for him to get a massive restart here to prevent Hughesy getting any job done into turn 1. Those mediums will just be so much faster for this first lap especially. You can see how much the Alpine is trying to get those tyres up to temp. He will be really, really pushing them. And look at how slow they're going. It's like a little snake. And when does he go? We saw it usually happen around here in the other divisions that we get on the power, but he's choosing to go a little bit longer. And there he goes.
There he goes.
It's really hard to get the traction down, especially on the hards, but he's done a good job, and that might be enough to prevent Hughesy getting a job done into turn 1. It might even be enough for Griggo to get a job done on Hughesy into turn 1. And oh no, there is a huge crash in the back. Absolute huge. There's about 7 wide, and that was always going to end that way. Oh, there's confetti or something flying everywhere, and there are multiple cars tangled up in that. And I'm not sure how those cars were side by side. I don't even think they were crossed the line. It's a huge incident there, and I'm sure the onboard will look at that. But yes, good luck with that. It will be another full course safety. That is huge, huge incident.
Midnight and Daz seem to have either been forced into the pits or saw it coming and just dove into the pits. Because I think Minmay had a drive-through, but Daz, I don't know why, but he just dove into the pits there.
Oh god, that has absolutely helped Minmay. I'm pretty sure he went in to serve his drive-through, and as the safety car got called, it's let him serve it, but then gave him another safety car, so he might have been able to basically serve that for free in a sense. I'm not sure if I've misread that, but I swear he had a drive-through before he went into the pits, so that's huge if he's gotten rid of that. But wow, massive drama. That was a huge crash. I swear there was about 5 cars side by side there on the straight, and yeah, it was just looking like that was going to happen from every angle. There's too many moving parts with that one. So yeah, big incident to untangle in the steward's room after this race, I'm sure. But
yeah,
another break with a safety car, and that's music to Donut Gorilla's ears. I'm sure he'll be trying to. He probably would love a safety car to the end. It's not going to happen, unfortunately. And we've got a guy hitting Asif on the softs, and Devo as well on the softs. So watch out for them. 6 laps. They're going to be fast. Track position though is key, and as we've seen, it's going to be super hard to get past. It's almost impossible.
I'm not annoyed, but I'm a little bit sad that I missed all the corners, because I looked at the end of it and I just saw H-Town's car go flying off into the wall. But it looks like Mr. Panda serves the 10-second and is going into the pits, so he's going to be at the very back of the grid now, so there's not going to be any chaos of him trying to get out of the way of someone.
Yeah, he's done the right thing there, and he's all sorted now. Back to no penalty, so you never know with what the outcome of this race is. I'm sure there's going to be some steward reports for this race, so you never know, he might be able to jump into that P15, who knows. But at this stage, he's a lap down, so it'll be quite hard, but this stage we're going to have one more lap with the safety car, and then we'll have 5 laps to race. And can Donut hold on? I mean, that's the question. Those tyres, you mean they won't be too bad wear-wise, but they certainly won't be fast compared to Hughesy and Gritto. Every lap under the safety car is helping Donut though, so yeah, it could be anyone's game, mate. With the drama we're seeing, I mean, we could see anyone on the top row, mate.
Yeah. I mean, you've got Donut Gorilla, who's, I'm guessing, is probably very happy that the safety car's out right now, because the less laps that there is left of the race, the less chances that Husey and Greedo and Quiet Cake have to get past him. And those tyres are going to be wearing a lot less than what they would be before, outside of the safety car, sorry.
Absolutely.
And we're going to have to do driver of the day soon.
We are, yes. Wow, that's a tough one. I don't want to speak too soon with everything going on, but I mean, if Donut could hold this position, he'd be in contention, but it'd be extremely hard. I think his best case scenario right now would be if Husey and Gritto really battled and he could just sort of dwindle on away. That would be his best case scenario, but I just don't think it's gonna be easy for him to hold these guys off. Jeez, that's a hard one. God, don't know that driver of the day. Donut is up the most. Obviously, the longest on that tyre, so it's a bit hard to judge. Trying to think if anyone had any chaos at the start and they've survived it or come back from it. We'll wait to see. We go green, and Hughesy doesn't get enough to get in front, but it has allowed Gritto to get Gritto's gone off the track there, and that's going to allow the Mercedes to get the job done. We've seen a lot of our issues on that corner over the last few races. And yeah, it can really end the tears, trust me. What have we got here?
Hughesy. Donut seem to have run wide through the hairpin, and Hughesy, got a bit of a run on him, and it was just quite. I think
Aardvark's just gone straight. I saw him, and Daz as well.
And that's not what he wants. He had a bad sprint race. He had a good qualifying in the sprint, had a bad sprint race where he crashed. He had a good qualifying in the race, or decent qualifying in the race. He was up the front, and there's been some incidents.
Yeah, I'm gonna say for my driver of the day. Oh, just as I said that, that is a huge crash, and that's wrecked Quiet Cake's race. He's out. He's down to P15. He tapped the back of Donut, and then it was just a ripple effect. That was going to be my driver of the day. God. So many people could be at this stage. There's a lot of passing going on here. Dutch and Footy Bender going toe to toe as well. I think Dutch has end plate damage maybe or something. There's so much happening. So I think there's onboards. I just don't think they're publicly noting it. I think they're just doing it behind the scenes. There's a right opposite. Who are you going for driver of the day, mate?
Donut Gorilla's currently still in the lead, so I think there's 4 and a bit laps left. I reckon that if he's able to keep going, because him and Husey have currently gapped NDNV, so I reckon Donut is going to be my choice for driver of the day.
Yep, that's fair. Let me have another quick look at the position changes. Daly Fuller, jeez, I don't want to be biased. Daly Fuller up 10 spots. Footy Benders had another really good race. I'm not sure. Let me think about it for a second.
I don't think it's biased to choose Deadly Fuller because he's up 10 spots.
No, Deadly Fuller and Donut Gorilla are the driver of the day contentions at this stage. If someone's in there they can do a poll. And H-Town's left the session. If you could invite him, mate. Oh, he's retired. Sorry.
Yeah, he's out.
Sorry.
But Husey's got past Donut, and Donut is seeming to try and just be holding, but
Gritter and Lobster.
2 tenths to just about a second.
Lobster.
Lobsters.
Got the
And there's a little bit of
crisscross.
contact.
And now the kick's gonna go. The RB's gonna get the job done. There's a lot of moves going on here. Everyone just needs to keep their head on to get to the
They're
end.
3 wide. They're 3 wide behind. And there's some contact. There was a Deadly Fuller got caught up in that. He was stuck in the middle of the two of them. White just got through a bunch of them there. Guido seems to have kind of come out of there cleanly.
It's just absolute hectic scenes going on. Usually sets the fastest lap. He is definitely pushing, and I don't think anyone's going to be able to catch him at this stage unless something happens. He's in a world of his own at the moment and has no one on fresh tyres near him. At the moment, though, this middle pack is anyone's game. The podium's anyone's game still. A lot of drama. Ooh! Devo manages to get back on the track, but it looked like he had a moment there. He's lost 2 positions. The softs just being so much faster that you can see how hard it is to get past. And yeah, I don't know. Jules, it's really hard to describe to the fair. There's a lot of chaotic things going on. Ooh! Dutch with the end plate damage, a little bit deep on the brakes. Done well to pull it up before he went into the Red Bull there. But everyone's tyres with this team. And yeah, SJ's in P4. Lobster's behind. We'll have to wait and see what happens here. You know how quick Lobster is, and I think he might even be going for a move here. He saved his battery for this last straight here. We're starting our second last lap.
In front has also been losing time to Donut Gorilla in front.
Wow.
I just noticed. So
NDV
he
struggling.
gained a little bit back.
Okay, he gained a little
there.
bit. Yeah, he's definitely struggling though on the hard tyre. It just shows how good Donut Gorilla's race is going. I mean, he's just preserving those tyres massively. There's moves happening or trying to happen everywhere. Everyone's just trying to stick their nose in here, go for a move. As we start to close out this race, they will be saving their battery for this last lap. Everyone wants as much battery as you can to burn on that straight because we know how much you need it. Look at Lobster's battery, 80%. He's under some pressure though from behind, or Footy Bender. Doesn't want to say too much that he gets overtaken, but we're about to kick off for the last lap. Hughes's crossing the straight now. Don't think anyone's going to have anything to say to him. Donut Gorilla, what a drive from him if he can bring this home. But right now, P3 is anyone's game. We'll have to wait and see here. Does Lobster get the job done on SJ? It looks like he might. He's on the better line. Devo's retired. Out. What's happened there?
I think Devo's spun, I think, coming out of the final
He's in the
turn.
middle of the track. Hopefully that clears very quickly. Oh, that's huge. Huge incident. Aston there, that's very unfortunate on the last lap. NDV is really pushing.
Way more. He's on the grass trying to get this overtake on SJ. He's really pushing for this P4 spot here. It looks like he's saved way more ERS than SJ. And he was trying to go for the move on the grass.
Yeah, he still has another chance to get it done here. It's quite possible he has more battery. Will be the deciding factor here, and Aston definitely does. And yeah, he's lost the wing.
Close.
I don't know if he's actually lost his end plate there. It's a visual glitch, but jump on board with Hughesy crossing the line quickly. So he will win this race, and what a win! What a win from Hughesy. Donut Gorilla will get P2, and let's see who gets P3. NV, P4, SJ, Iraq Lobster P5, Footy Bender P6, Dutch P7, Deadly P8. Oh, that was close across the line there for those two. Whoa, it's like a drag race there. Go a little bit further down. Who else? Quiet Cake across the line, P15, not the race for him. That went really not his way. That was unfortunate. I mean, he was looking really good, and then went into the back of Hughesy there and lost pretty much all his positions. Went from podium down to the back. A lot will be looked at after this race, I'm sure, for the stewards. Unfortunately, a long night ahead for them. That's why we do appreciate everything they do, because they have to go through all of what we just saw, try and figure out the right answers for every single thing, which I could not imagine being easy. Well, mate, what were your
I
thoughts
think
on that one? I mean, is your graphics communicating, and there's your. Don't give me the weekend results. Jump over to race results. There's your feature results: UZ P1, Donut the Gorilla P2, and NDP3. And there is your final classifications for the rest. Really unfortunate for H Town, Devo, and Panda, and Arvark, and Cake. They all were, yeah, so many unlucky situations happened, especially the likes of Arvark and Quiet Cake up there in massive point contention, and it all just crumbled, unfortunately. It's why the sprint was important. You know, you never know what was coming in this race, but yeah, no words, mate. Very good race. Donut the Griller did get driver of the day. We do not need to invite him to the Comstocks because he's going to be getting in anyway, but glad to have a chat to him because what a drive from him. Couldn't hold P1, but getting that P2 with those tyres was huge. Absolutely huge. So, yeah, really looking forward to see what these guys have to say. ND, I think it's probably the first time I've spoken to him on the podium, so very, very good job. Did
I,
you did
I got
you
a
see?
screenshot of
Yeah, did you
cleanest
see
driver.
who was it? Who was it? We'll just announce it on stream. Sorry, my keyboard
I
is going.
think I think it was one of the Alpines. It's probably going to be Donut, but I'll just check quickly because I got a screenshot.
Yeah, yeah, I'd say it's Donut the Griller anyway. So we will
Uh,
jump over to the graphic. See if we can get these guys in for a chat, comms box, as soon as possible. But yeah, what a race! What a race! I'm sure a lot of guys will be unhappy, but then there'll be a lot of guys quite happy as well. If anyone could tag the comms box requests, and we will get them in for our interviews. What were your thoughts on that race, though, mate? Ooh, lost you. Still gone. Hughesy
going.
has
Oh, there
jumped
we go.
in, and we'll just wait to see if we can get the P3 in.
But yes, keeper. It was Donut Gorilla. I checked. But it was chaos today in the race. The start was very good. It was very clean, attacked.
Yeah, he's still cutting out. Sorry, mate. We will see if I can just kick off with. Yes, ND's in. All right, NDV, mate, in the Ferrari. Very, very solid drive. I mean, that podium, that especially that P3 in the end there, mate, really could have been anyone's race for that podium. And you just did everything you had to do, stayed out all the trouble. Just tell us a little bit about your race, mate, and how you ended up in that position because obviously it was a topsy-turvy race for everyone. And yeah, just tell us a little bit about how you ended up in P3.
Yeah, mate. So I had a pretty good quality session. Got P2. Um, Tried staying out on the mediums at the start of the race. That was going out well. Tried to overcut a quick B managed to get me on the undercut, and then was it the Red Bull overtook me on the pit exit. I was like, shit, I'm P4 now. Oh no, sorry, P5. I was like, I'm not going podium finish. And then I was like, what? I'm just gonna apply pressure and hoping rather than make a mistake. And fair enough, second safety car, they fucking took each other out. So like, oh yeah, mean, I'm like, I'm in P3 and now I got to defend this shit for like 4 laps, and Governor was up my ass. I don't know if you saw it, I was defending for my life, man. And yeah, final lap, pulled out the DRS zone and got P3. So a good Ferrari debut for me, and yeah,
Yeah,
looking forward for more to come.
yeah, yeah, definitely, mate. You did really well. It could, like I said, it could have gone anywhere with that sort of last lap there and all that drama we saw. I don't even know sort of the words for half of the stuff we saw, to be fair. But yeah, hats off, mate, and I'll hand you over to F7.
So thank you.
Well done today. Incredible race from you. There was obviously some incidents towards the end. Were you worried you were going to get caught up in any and possibly lose your P3?
Governor was quick. I think he was on fresh mediums. I was on fresh hards. I had no ERS because I'm burning it, trying to catch up to the top two positions. Before I knew it, he was bump drafting me, punching my rear, and I was just trying to defend, defend. He probably hates me at the moment, but I did what I had to do. Yeah, I was actually I was like, if I if I don't hold on to this, I don't get a podium. I really want a podium finish. A real close call. Almost got collected in the crash as well. So I was happy I managed to, drive out of that safely. Also increased the gap as well from that incident. So yeah, happy results.
Um, Coming into this race today, were you expecting to do so well?
Um, yes and no. Uh, you know, me and Panda, we've been going over some strategies over the pit box. I barely practice at all, and I was like, all right, let's give this a go. Let's, we try to tow each other in the sprint quali. It almost worked out well, but yeah, I didn't think I'd probably get, podium. But when I got P2 for quad, I was like, shit, here's my chance. I'm running no traction control, so it's like real hard off the line, trying not to spin my tires. And every single safety car restart, I got gunned there. Like I was trying to burn all my ears, trying to catch up, just because I don't want to spin the rears or take myself out. And yeah, I guess I came over my doubt, and I actually got P3. So yeah, that was that.
Well done. That's all my questions for today. I'll pass it back over to Dido.
Yeah, well done, mate, and go and enjoy it with your team. I'm sure they'll be over the moon with that. And yeah, hopefully we see you next week.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
No
Great
worries,
race,
man.
boys.
Cheers. Donut, mate, a massive drive there in that last stint. I mean, there was massive doubts. I'm not gonna lie, whether or not you could hold on to that position there. I mean, P1 was definitely doubtful, but even a podium at that stage with the tyre deficit there, I mean, I was definitely doubting the fact that these guys were not going to be able to get past you. But it all sort of played into your hands a bit of drama, just absolute gun pace off the restart. Just tell us a little bit about that, mate, how you managed to keep those tyres at that point where you could somehow, you were even faster than a couple of the guys behind on newer tyres. So you really just, explain how it all came to play, mate, because it was a great drive. You got driver of the day as well, so.
I mean, we got a bit unlucky in the safety car coming out the first time because Aardvark had damage on his front wing and he was only 2 or 3 seconds up the road. So he had to box, and then I kind of had to stay out without double stacking and losing places. But my hards felt good. They were like under 20% when the safety car came out. So I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to keep these. I'll take these to the end. And then when they told me everyone behind boxed, I was shitting bricks, I can't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a bit lucky though with the carnage on the last corner, but I mean, what can I do really? My cold hards were a bit shit that first lap. I broke a bit early into the corner, but I mean, there's not much else I can do really.
Yeah, well, I
What do
mean,
you go off in the gravel?
yeah, I mean, it's always looking back on the race and thinking, oh, what could we have changed? But at the end of the day, a P2, it's a massive result, mate, and sure Alpine will be stoked with that. And obviously, next week coming into Brazil, how are you feeling about carrying this momentum into next week?
Hopefully we can do pretty well, carry it across. I know Aardvark's put in a lot of effort and he got a bit unlucky this week. A couple of damage in both races, but he's definitely doing very well. So hopefully as a team we can get a couple good results.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Aardvark had some serious pace, and like you said, just didn't go to plan, unfortunately. But a bit of a recipe there. If you boys can get that team working, that could be a real force to be reckoned with in Div 5 if you both get those results. So really, really well done, mate. And I'll hand you over to F7.
Well done today, Donut. Cleanest driver, so the extra point and driver of the day. Coming into this weekend, we expecting to be at the front?
No. I was hoping to be towards like the top 6 or top 8 in quali. Didn't quite happen. Couldn't put the lap together, and then just got stuck in DRS trains. So I was running quite low wings as well, so I couldn't really pass people in corners. I was just waiting for the straights. But then when you're in the train, everyone's dumping the ERS as well, so it's a bit hard to pass.
Obviously, the safety car coming out kind of meddled with your strategy a bit. You couldn't switch to the new tires because Aardvark was pitting with damage. But were you coming into this race like, I'm gonna pit this lap and that's it?
No, we pretty much, I come in and said, what's the strategy, boys? And then we kind of did a bit of research in the sprint race to see what the tyre wear was like on the mediums, and it was pretty low. I mean, I got damage and was going pretty slow, but it was pretty low before that, so we just thought, all right, we'll go as long as we can on the mediums, or go as long as we can on the hards, and then we decided to box early, because I think it was a Red Bull maybe that boxed super early, maybe to lap 10 or something, so we kind of followed him in to try and cover it off. And then it was just trying to look after the tyres from there. So it was a bit reactive.
Well done, mate. I'll pass you back over to Dido.
Yeah, mate, well done. And yeah, that's all from me. I'll let you go and enjoy it with your team. And yeah,
Cheers.
Hopefully we'll see you next week back in the podium.
Hopefully. Shout out to Aardvark too. First race on wheel. Did pretty well, my friend.
Yeah, sweet as.
Thanks,
Thanks, mate.
boys.
We'll see you next week. All right, over to P1. Hughesy, mate. Don't really know what to say, mate. You were absolutely untouchable in that first stint. Really looked like no one was getting near you. Obviously, that safety car really shook things up, brought everything back to square one again. With all the drama we saw behind you, I mean, there was chaos left, right, and centre, cars going off. There was even a bit, you were even unfortunately tangled up with some drama, but still managed to pick through it and come out on top. Yeah, mate, I don't really have too many questions. Just the pace tonight was incredible. Just tell us a little bit about your thought process in that first stint when you had that 5-second gap, trying to maintain that.
Yeah, it's just had my engineer just constantly in my ear, doing my RS management, tyre management for the whole thing. The whole plan was to do a 2-stop, but I had Ranieri and Lockie constantly keeping me on track, keeping me focused.
Yeah.
To be fair, it's all just them telling me what to do.
Yeah, mate, you did a great job. I mean, it's one thing to get told what to do, but you still got to do it. And P1, massive points for McLaren. Managed to stay out of pretty much all the drama. So yeah, you must be over the moon.
Yeah, I am actually. First win this season. Hopefully there's more to come. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Oh, for sure, mate. If you're driving like that, there'll definitely be more wins on the way. But yeah, huge congratulations, mate, to you and your team. I know you put a lot of practice into this weekend, so great job, mate. And I'll hand you over to your teammate F7.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. Fucking
Um,
in that club, eh?
yeah. Today, I obviously knew you'd done the practice, you'd put it in, you were prepared for this race. Did you think that the other drivers were going to be as close to you as they were today? Were you going to think you were going to fly away today?
I know how Keiki drives. I know how Grito drives. I know they got the pace. So it's just more just going as it came. To be fair, like fair enough to NDV and Gorilla. At the end, they're keeping me at my wits. To be fair, but hey, everyone hates when someone else wins and people got to complain. At the end of the day, winner's a winner.
Obviously on the both safety car restarts, you were kind of stuck behind Donut Gorilla. Were you worried about that at all? Were you worried having the older hards in front of you?
Not really. The first time he took off amazingly. He caught me sleeping, to be fair, the first safety car restart. Coming to that second safety car, I just knew I just had to be patient and wait to that last DRS straight on the main straight.
Well done today. That's all my questions.
All right. Well, yeah, mate. Huge congratulations. Obviously, a P1, massive points. Yeah, that's about it from me, mate. I'll let you go and enjoy it with your team, and I'm sure we'll see you competing again at the top for Brazil.
Easy. Cheers, Dito.
No worries, mate. Have a good
Cheers,
one.
episode.
All right, guys. We'll wrap it up there. It's been a long night with the sprint and the feature, but I hope you were entertained with some sort of drama. I mean, there was a lot. There was a lot different, a lot of different sort of drama that we saw tonight. So, yeah, thanks for all tuning in, guys. I'll thank our sponsors, SRC, SimLab, Pagni, and AI369. Unless you have anything to say, mate, we'll wrap it all up.
No, that's just about it. Thank you for tuning in.
No worries. Congrats to the top 3 driver of the day to Donut, and consistent driver to Donut too, I believe. So he might, yes, I think that's correct. He'll get the extra point there too. So great drive from him. And yeah, we'll see you all tomorrow for Div 6. And till then, take it easy.